Back at it with another video. Been some time, summer, you know how it goes. Thomas Sports Channel, do subscribe. So it's been a while, if you think about it. When David Wright, he retired in 2018. That's almost 7 years ago. And he's 42. Should have really been wrapping up his career within probably the last 2 or 3 years, but it's been going on 7 years. Kind of amazed that he was able to make it back. His career was cut short with injury. I believe one of the major injuries that he had towards later on in his career, what ultimately ended his career, was stenosis. That's dealing with the back. Scary thing with the back, and no matter what type of injury that kind of hinders your day-to-day life with all injuries and stuff like that. It's a scary thing. David Wright was the captain. I think the last captain before David Wright was John Franco. Still, there's rumors that Francisco Lindor would be named the new captain. That hasn't happened yet. Not everyone could be a captain. Guy led on not really a vocal guy on the field, probably behind the locker room, dealing with the media in New York. That takes a lot of special characteristics, right? Patience, humbleness, and that's so everything that David Wright had. He was touted as being one of the big can't miss prospects as far as the Mets lore. I believe it was kind of like him and Ty Wigginton. He was the big one before him as well. That was kind of touted to be the big thing, the big prospect. Didn't really work out that way for Ty Wigginton. Had a decent career, I remember, in Baltimore, but David Wright would ultimately be the guy that replaced Ty Wigginton. Now, there was a stretch, David Wright, good 5 years there where he was absolutely just putting up numbers. But then the injuries came up, and it just kind of derailed his career. Not Hall of Fame numbers, but then again, now with everything, how everything is with the Hall of Fame, seems to be a popularity contest more than anything at times, and can never truly get the right reasoning or who goes into the Hall of Fame, who does not. I don't think he will make it. He reminds you kind of, if he had put up more numbers, like Don Mattingly of the Yankees. He has that same problems. Got injured early and often. If he had the chance to put up those numbers, I think, would have made the Hall of Fame. Even with that being said, David Wright has led all the has all the major records that he holds, and those are slowly starting to go by the wayside as Pete Alonso is breaking those numbers. So, what does that tell you? Pete Alonso is breaking those numbers of David Wright, whose jersey you're retiring, putting him in the Met Hall of Fame. That means you kind of must have to sign big old polar bear Pete, right? I mean, only fitting. You're celebrating a guy with such and such numbers, which Pete Alonso is absolutely destroying and knocking them down one by one. And to Pete's credit, too, putting up those numbers. So it'll be interesting to see what the offseason does bring. But, yeah, David Wright, night, saying official goodbye to the captain. And that's really a career that could have been, I think, had he, been able to stay on the field more, close to a 300 batting average. Just injuries, in Father Time always win at the end.